Witam wszystkich. Lecimy dzisiaj na Majorkę. Jesteśmy w Luton. Zaczynajmy. Nikogo w Luton nie ma. Jesteśmy sami. Żadnej kontroli. Cisza.
Delta traffic, radar 8 X-ray Yankee, approximate set 64 left, pushing back.
No, tak available. Okay. Będziemy musieli na rewersach się wypchać sami. Czekamy jeszcze 3 minuty. Luton traffic, easy 147, push and start, stand 01.
Transfer traffic runner 8 X-ray Yankee, taxi, holding point runway 22 via Delta Hotel Ranch. Transfer traffic.
Luton traffic Easy 147 taxi to runway 25 holding point Alpha 1 via Bravo and Alpha.
Maryland traffic 083 Hotel X-ray ML1 Bravo arrival for runway 33.
Transfer traffic runner 8 X-ray Yankee, taking off runway 22, departure climb 2 Echo.
Luton traffic Easy 147 line up and take off runway 25.
platform, standing, time 303, pushing back speed.
Total traffic, easy 147 airborne, passing 3000 feet. Traffic speed, 492, uniform taxi to runway 27 right, survey Bravo.
Deeper traffic, Zulu 400, uniform traffic to Cadillac.
gear.
Tank
That's gone very wrong.
Tank rate. Tank rate.
Mate, I'm literally on full power. Well, I'm literally on full power.
Bravo 10 right, 230 degrees cleared, ILS approach, runway 26.
23 clear the ILS 26, EGGW 6 X-ray Bravo.
For those of you looking for an A350, while Aerosoft may not be able to help you, Digital Flight Dynamics certainly will. They've released a big update with their A350 in the form of a YouTube video delving right into the systems. In today's video I talk about it, go through what I see with this project, and of course share with you some of the video, but I do recommend you go and watch it anyway. It's quite a good watch, and coming in at 11 minutes there's plenty of detail to take in. Without further delay, let's get right into it. Okay, so on the video we have 3 developers going through the project in their areas of which they specialise in. We have Creon, the Rice Tech and Maweed. I do apologise if I said any of them wrong. Now they share some really good details about their part of the project. They start off looking at the primary flight display and that area, and even going for a little bit of a flight. Now the flight model does not truly represent the A350 at the moment, it's a kind of placeholder to test the systems, but as I've said before and I'll say it again, the systems are what make or break a project. You know, we've seen many projects out there that have completely aced the modelling, it's looking really good, they get the systems and then they just crumble because they haven't got the speciality to code in an aircraft. It's really the only bit of flight simulation that kind of overlaps with real life, the systems, so it does take a lot of work. When you're modelling, you know, you're not modelling with carbon fibre and anything like that, you're on Blender, but when you're dealing with systems, you've got to go through the same process as they do in real life, for the most part anyway. Of course there is a few outliers with that, but if you're getting a standard level aircraft, then you've got to reflect real life systems, and for many development teams that can be very difficult. But the primary flight display and that area is clearly doing very well. He puts the flaps down to show us how that works and how the aircraft responds in terms of systems. So far so good with this one, and one thing I would say is not the default Microsoft Flight Sim primary flight display from the A320 that's been ported in. It's been completely handmade, even showing you the aircraft stress arrows, the danger zone arrows. That to me is already really promising, but it only gets better from here once they take a look at the ECAN display, which deals with hydraulics and electrics. Now the Rice Tech and Maweed both go through this. Quite surprisingly they go into a lot of detail, to the point where I had to watch it a few times to make sure that I kind of got it. They're building the likes of the hydraulic and electric systems down to the millimetre and basing it on a real physics engine. This results in a high accuracy as opposed to some other aircraft which often use a table-based system. This should result in a highly realistic simulation. For example, if a hydraulic pump fails, the corresponding system will fail, such as a gear or flaps. That Rice Tech also talks about the fact that the actual state of the aircraft in terms of where it is in the sky will impact the hydraulic system because of the physics-based engine recreating at where the hydraulic liquid would actually be. Hopefully I summed that up pretty well for you guys. It's dealing with quite high spec stuff here, especially to the standard flight simmer. But that to me really sticks out, the idea that they're sort of recreating physical hydraulic tubes in the aircraft. I know they're not actually there, I imagine, but they're recreating that system, as opposed to just like making it press a button and always working and not being able to fail. Basic aircraft use, that really sticks out to me. Now we move on to the final kind of showcase in the video, with Maweed going through some of the electric system. He talks about the fact that emergency power systems are modelled, including the ram air turbine, which is that little thing that sticks out and spins, and that the buses and generators are modelled successfully to provide continuous power. That doesn't mean they're always providing power. I mean, in the case of if a bus fails, then the aircraft will reroute the electricity to provide a safe connection. It's really impressive what they're doing, and I'm sure the kind of footage on the screen will have shown you that. It's nice to see a team working on the systems before the modelling. It's not to say they haven't modelled, we'll talk about that in a minute. But systems are always the part that makes or breaks a project, and for that reason I've got a very high confidence in this aircraft. In addition to that, there's A350 pilots on the team. There seems to be a good bunch of developers also on the team, which is resulting in a really high quality aircraft. Now, it's not to say we'll be getting this anytime soon. By the looks of it, in the current state, you'll probably be waiting around a year still, so not until 2023 unless they come out and shock me. But they're certainly offering something different. At the end of the day, this is a freeware open source project, and that for me is something that sticks out. A freeware open source project with a bit of organisation, and I think that also stems from who they're partnering with. They've been working with the fly-by-wire team somewhat, and of course the Synaptic Simulations team, who are working on an A320, and I think that's pivotal to a successful project. You know, you've got to be willing to work with other developers, and bearing in mind it's a freeware and open source project, they've got even more reason to. They might as well share some expertise, whether that means giving it to other developers or indeed receiving it. I'm very excited to see this project. Last thing I share is a few modelling photos, nothing too extreme, nothing too much that stands out, but it's nice to see that there are people in the background working on the modelling as they delve right into the systems. We get to look at the gear assembly, which is looking quite well detailed, so that's pretty promising, and indeed a front shot of the exterior of the cockpit moving down towards the fuselage. Obviously a lot of modelling work still needed, and we haven't got many more photos than this, so what you're seeing really at the moment is this. But in fairness, this update on their YouTube video was more about systems, electronics and hydraulics, and I commend them for that. Is this a project with the end result of an aircraft being in the hangar? Well, I think it is, but you guys may disagree. If you do, share your thoughts down below. For me today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you've enjoyed. There's the 3 kind of main aircraft I wanted to get done this week. We've had the 737, we've had this A350, and indeed a 757 that popped out of nowhere. So these have been slightly longer videos delving into more detail, but I hope you've learned something. Last thing I want to say is my Amazon affiliate links are down below.
Old school reference. Figure it out, kids. Kind of like a dial tone phone. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. I'm just going to assemble this over there.
All right. Let's see. Oh, you're cleaning that out too. Huh?
Plenty of grease in those bearings. Interestingly, although this is a 1989 airplane, you would think it would have some type of like an updated seal other than a felt seal, but sure enough, Still has a felt seal, which is the way that I've been doing them since, I believe, the 40s. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
We're going to reassemble the nose gear and it's pouring down rain on us, of course. Further over. Sit up there. Rusty tools.
As long as the airplane doesn't fall on me, we're okay.
Got it?
Half-inch times 2.
Ooh, so smooth.
She's still flat-spotted, but...
Yes, that was a flat spot. All right, we got the whole front nose gear all lubed up, all greased up. We got all the wheel bearings were like really caked up. We got those all cleaned up. And I think we got all the mains all greased up and lubed up too. So I guess we're ready to power it up and see if this gear's gonna come up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I keep walking by this prop, and so this is what happens when a prop hits the ground.
Not a good day.
Not a good day. Not a good day. The Mooney that is sitting down in Oklahoma, that's what it looks like too. But you guys are going to see that in a couple weeks or a couple months here, depending on how quick we can get some of this stuff done. Last time we were here, this door came down and landed on Joe, and that was off camera.
It was okay.
Yeah,
When it got you, it wasn't. Yes, the pad hit me in the back.
Well, and then I kind of giggled, and I don't giggle. Men don't giggle.
He giggled.
So I giggled. So then I was standing over here, and it came down and hit me right on my head. So I'm vice gripping it today.
But he didn't bleed. It's kind of disappointing.
I didn't bleed. Joe.
Usually when you work on things and you bleed, you're doing it right. So I don't think he was doing it right.
Ain't coming down now.
Nah.
Like a glove. We're firing it up, right?
Not the
Oh, no, we're firing
We're
it
going
up.
to do the gear. Find the gear breaker first. Gear motor breaker. So you know where that is. Just in case things don't go well.
So that's engaged. Just gonna keep my hand on here. You guys ready?
Yep.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah. We got one that didn't unlock. I think we're low on fluid. I think we're gonna need fluid.
So first attempt, it looks like one of the landing gear went up a little bit. You can hear the pump running almost like there's not fluid or almost like there's air in it. So we're gonna cycle it on and off, see if we can get the air out of there, get this stuff to swing up. I'm going back down again.
right, you did.
Ooh, what was that?
What's that one locking in over there?
Man, that thing locked in with authority. All right, so we're gonna go back up. Good?
Uh-huh.
Going up.
There we go. We're getting further. Ooh. We have gear up.
Is everything up?
Yep.
All right.
Got 3 green, right?
3 green.
I bet you do.
Nice. All right, so we'll emergency drop it. Here it is, ready? So right now it's got 2 green, the right doesn't have green.
She's down. It's down.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna run it up. Ready? Now it's green.
Huh.
Do you think it wasn't hitting the one switch a little bit?
It was down. It's on the switch because it's on the knee.
Okay. So it was locked out.
Yeah, it was locked out.
All right, we worked through all the landing gear. We pretty much did everything except for the gasculator.
Yes.
And we want to check all the landing lights, all the pitot heat. Yeah, the pitot heat, the pitot tube heat, the heated pitot tube.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's get it done. Landing light.
You only got one. No taxi light?
Taxi light.
There you go. That's the taxi light. 'Cause it leans in more.
All right, gonna turn the pitot heat on. See if that gets nice and warm.
Yep, she's warming right up.
Nav light.
There's one. You
We
got
good
one
there?
over there? All right, wait, let me plug the tail in.
So nav light.
Let me plug the tail in so it works. Let me see if it works. All right, nav lights?
Nav light.
No, they have no tail light.
The connector back there that attaches to the frame looked a little corroded.
Oh, they're ground wire probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be possible. You have a meter?
I do. We'll check that then.
Okay. Huh, I got it.
There you go. There's also a light there too.
It's DC. You got nav light on?
Nav light's on.
Okay, yeah, I do have some power here. It might just be a ground. I might have a bad bulb.
Bad bulb?
Possibly. Oh, that's up. Okay. All right, there it is. Okay, we got nav light.
Strobe light?
Oh, yep, strobe's on the belly. And she's flashing.
Nice. All we have to do yet is clean it up. Check the gasculator, clean that up, right? Clean the wings out a little bit more, lube them up a little bit more, put the inspection panels back. Should be done. Should be good to go. Think this thing will fly? Do you guys think this thing will fly?
Of course it'll fly. I mean, it's an airplane. That's what they do.
Right. Will it land safely? I think that's the next question.
Oh, it'll land somewhere.
Yeah, right. Put a comment down below.
It'll land somewhere.
I dirtied my shirt.
I like that color, too.
I know. You want one of these?
Yeah, I like that color.
You don't
I'm going
drink
to run
coffee?
and get a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate.
No, I don't
You drink hot chocolate?
See, he'll do hot chocolate. I do Red Bull. I'm going to go grab a Red Bull. I'll be back.
Alrighty. Nicest place to come for coffee at the Frederick Airport. That's pretty cool. So we had some trouble getting the gasculator undone here, so we soaked it down with some penetrating fluid. It feels like it's loosened up a bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Thank you. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That works. It's a great degreaser, by the way.
So if you look in here, see it's got, thank you. Appreciate that. If you look in there, it does have some sediment in there. There's a little bit of dirt, but I'm really happy with the way it looks. The filter looks really good. There's like not a speck of dirt in it anywhere. I don't see anything in the pleats, nothing inside, nothing anywhere. So it's good. We'll get that cleaned out.
Where are we?
So this is TB20, and we're about ready to take off. You're here just in time.
Who's flying it? Because not me.
Come on, what do you mean?
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's going to make a really cool plane.
The interior is good. Better than I thought it was going to look. What are we going to do to get this off to fly it?
This stuff supposedly comes off really easily. You put a little bit of degreaser, a little bit of soap,
All right.
get it wet, and it kind of turns into a sponge.
All right.
And then you wash it off with a wash mitt.
Okay.
They say it comes off
Because
pretty
right
easy.
now this is just as bad as frost. It would kill
As
your
ice, yeah. We were just talking about that earlier. It definitely would not give you much lift.
No, it wouldn't give you enough lift. I do like the matching bird poop to the 401 though.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch. Hey, I'm Sam.
I'm Joe. Nice to meet you.
You too, Joe.
All right, Joe got back from AutoZone, and we got some wash mitts because I left the keys to the trailer here with all the cleaning supplies. So now we have a bunch of cleaning supplies, which is awesome, and some purple power. The hopes are we can spray this stuff on, and it'll come off because it's not going to fly too good with it on there.
All right, what are we doing? I'm ready.
Putting nitrogen in shocks.
Oh, I'm ready to start working on the wings.
No, that'll be a while yet. You just calm down over there. What do we got as far as pressures? I think it says it on the front of the shocks, Joe. I think it's on the front of this shock right here. In each one of these main landing gear struts, it's 665 psi of pressure, which is like a ton. That's like a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. A lot of pressure.
All right. Well, it's going to be right in between the 6 and 7 there. Right there it is. Gotta love this setup, and it worked really well getting it on a cart. Now we didn't see any leaking as far as oil or anything out of any of the struts. So we're not gonna exchange the fluid and do all that stuff quite yet. We'll wait till we get it back at the hangar. It probably doesn't need it, you know, because there was no leaking, and it looks like before it was left sitting that it was well taken care of. Should have been hose pressure, right?
Yep.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go. All right, I'm feeling pretty good. I think at this point the gascolator needs wired. I did clean that, so that's good to go. There was like a tiny little bit of sediment in there, not much at all, a couple flakes here and there. So that's all hooked up. I checked all the rubber hoses underneath, making sure, you know, they're not dry, tighten everything up. So we can wash it with the belly pan down, or we can put the belly pans on and then go wash it.
I'd leave them down.
Okay.
That way maybe we can get some of that bird stuff out of there too, and just out there while we're out there.
Oh, this bird stuff there?
Yeah.
Let's grab those inspection plates that we didn't take down yet. I think there's like 1 on that side or 2.
On this side, yeah.
And 1 or 2 on this side. Let's pull those down. Let's get the bird stuff out, get it in the bags. They get in everywhere. The cool thing is these Trinidads, they have a ton of zinc chromate on the inside of them. Otherwise, this wouldn't have been too good.
Starts glowing green. It turned green instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, once we have water, we can wash this thing the right way.
I just couldn't help myself. I just wanted to see.
We could go to the bathroom and fill that bucket up.
Let's get some water and
We could. We could get some water and wash the wings with a bucket.
If somebody has a truck.
I was gonna say I know I'm not gonna carry a bucket either. My shoulders kill me. But I will gladly fill a bucket.
I wonder if the hose is actually on down there.
Down where?
Down at the wash thing. It's at the end of the hangars here. Let's walk down and check.
Why don't you just take the truck in case it is on you? So you
Yeah, let's do that.
Bold move.
If you can see the wash things over on the other side here, if that's open, do you have the bathroom code?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it on?
No, but I had a funnel Happened to be a red one without a crack, and I got water out
Red
of it.
one without a crack.
I got water out of the sink. You got a push button sink. So I'm holding both buttons, holding the funnel and watching it go into the bucket.
So you let these jacks down first or pull the weight first?
Jacks down first.
All right, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to double check.
All right, ready.
Go slow. just get it wet, let it sit.
Comes right off.
Yeah, I think the longer get some of this stuff on it for a while, then let it sit for a while, it'll come off easy. I think we could keep scrubbing for months, but I believe we made a lot of headway today. We have a lot more to do. Yep. So I think we should clean up for the day, fly home, come back, get some tires on it, put the belly on, check the radios. Then I think we can take off. I think we can fly home.
Driving to Moorabbin Airport this morning. It's been about a month since I've seen Echo Yankee Zulu because I've been doing a bit of travelling. I did that trip to Fiji, but mainly because I've been really sick the last week or so. Not COVID, I did a couple of tests and thankfully it wasn't that, but there is a lot of flu going around Melbourne. I caught up on some excellent Netflix shows though, and I watched the new Ghostbusters, which I've been wanting to watch for a long time. It was excellent, but movie review can wait for another day because we're going to the airport. I'm going to see Echo Yankee Zulu, and apparently something I've been looking forward to seeing for, well, pretty much since this whole process started. Just before we go in and see Echo Yankee Zulu, as I make a wrong turn, there is one other update here at Moorabbin Airport. Things are a little bit different from when I was here last time about a month ago. See, normally I'd turn right down there where that car's coming from, but there's been a bit of a change at the airport. Very nice. See, Blue Demon, the people who look after my aircraft, have gone and got themselves a fancy new hangar. Okay, well, the main changes that you'll notice from when you saw this aircraft last time are, of course, both screens are in. This isn't the real dash, this isn't the final dash, this is just the temporary wooden one that we've been using for spacing. But both G500 TXIs are in. Not only that, the comm stack is back again as well. So the radio panel, The 2 GTN navigation units here, they're in as well. The autopilot is back in. The G275i, the standby instrument, that's sitting in there as well at the moment. The good thing is, they're all powered as well. I can't power them on just yet. I just need to wait for the guys to come back before we turn them on again. It's starting to look like a cockpit again. Just in terms of the panel itself, the actual piece of metal that everything is mounted on, that has now been painted. I do have some rather disappointing news for you here on the channel. If you've been following the progress of Echo Yankee Zulu so far, you'll know that with the panel we were going to put that red line around the outside. Now that is happening, but it's not going to be there for day one. And to be honest, I am looking for a detailing company out there. You know, the types of guys who work on like car detailing, painting the exteriors of vehicles, that sort of thing. If anyone out there is watching and you can do the very thin painting of the line around the outside on metal of the dash, I'd really appreciate some help. So in the meantime, we've decided to leave that for the minute and just focus on getting the panel, basically just focus on getting the plane flying again. Once it's been flying and we've tested all the avionics, then we'll bring it back down into the hangar again, take the panel out, and then I'll get the detail put around the outside. So Batmobile Red Stripe is coming. It's just not going to be there for phase one. Now, one big bit of work that has been completed is the wiring that runs along the wing here that goes to these items, which you can just see hanging out down here. There's 2 outside air temperature probes and 2 magnetometers. All that wiring that has to run through the wing, from what I've heard, is one of the fiddliest jobs that had to be done in this whole process, but that's finally been done. So there's wiring that's running along the wing now. That's what you can see coming out of this little access port here. But getting that wiring done and getting that finished so we can actually test the equipment was a big milestone. Apparently it was an awful job because you have to do each individual wire. It's like a group of wires, but each wire had to be done individually. You can't just take the cluster of wires and... So this is the panel where the standby instrument is going to go into the aircraft. Whilst I was down here at the hangar, I just thought I would help out and get it ready for... It's going to be painted in a second, so we're just getting the surface ready. Paul,
You're gonna get sacked?
so it's not a fail,
No, it's just...
it's a C minor.
Now we'll mix some paint.
Now some paint.
So we'll give it a shake. So we're going to do 2 to 1 and then thin to consistency. So we're giving it a good mix. So then we'll chuck about 25 mil in. Nozzle angle,
Yeah.
paint feed and air feed.
Nozzle, paint feed, air.
So when you paint, you're going to release. Pull the trigger, you're going to keep it nice and square, and then you're going to just run off at the same distance off the job. So
Okay.
you're going to go... Lovely, no longer than that. Perfect, you're a natural.
Ah.
Now you're just going to pretend this is your part.
Yep.
I want you to just run down it. Yep, beautiful, do that. Yep, a little bit further away.
A little bit further away.
Yep. Keep going. So one more coat should do it.
One more coat. Thanks, Paul. Still wet. You are literally watching a YouTube video of me watching paint dry. That does look better.
Done.
Done. I could get a job here now.
Yeah. We're looking for a painter.
Amy, I'm really excited about this moment. Amy, this has been like a long time coming. It's like we've had the screens on the floor, we've taken them out of the box, we've had cables, but this is the first time I'm actually going to see you press that switch and turn everything on. I'm excited. Are you excited? You're not excited because you've been working on this for a while.
I'm excited to show you.
All right, I'm ready. Okay, this is all yours. Big moment. Lights are coming on. I see Garmin logos. That is a lot of Garmin logos, actually.
You get a lot of Garmin gear.
Wow. Oh, amazing.
Okay, you can take them off.
Take them off?
Yep.
They're clear, aren't they? They're good, quite high resolution, actually, those screens.
Yeah, I think you've still got the
And you still got, yeah.
plastic on them, so...
That is brilliant. That looks really good. Yeah. Look, Stephen, look. It's alive. Now, of course, I'm not allowed to drive this. Actually, I don't think they really want me to sit in this either. I've always wanted to have a go on a forklift truck, never driven one before. There's still a lot of testing to do on the ground before we do get Echo Yankee Zulu flying again. Not just with the avionics itself, obviously. The engine's been sitting idle for a couple of months whilst it's been here in the hangar getting work done as well. So we need to do some proper run-ups. Once all those tests are done on the ground, it'll still be a little while before we actually get the wheels up, off into the air, and then we'll be doing some testing on a really nice blue sky VFR day, just in case anything does fail in the cockpit. We can bring the aircraft down again and make sure, or find out what's happened. My hope is that we'll get the plane airborne in a couple of weeks' time and make sure everything's running okay, iron out any issues, and then in the latter half of 2022, that's when I've got some bigger plans for taking the aircraft a bit further afoot. I cannot wait. It's actually quite infuriating sitting at an airport with your aircraft so close to you and not be able to take it flying anywhere, obviously, but I know that when the changes come and when the aircraft is flying again, it's going to be so good. I cannot wait. It's going to be brilliant. Stephen, I'm assuming you won't let me drive that forklift truck, even if it would make a really good YouTube sequence.
Is there any chance we can do a low approach at first? Okay, thank you. Now I'm excited.
Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
The guys from J&B, they're based in the Czech Republic and they're down here in Australia for the next week doing demo flights for the new VL3 915. From time to time I do get asked from aircraft manufacturers to do test flights, and let's be honest, for them it's good because they get to showcase their aircraft to you. Most of the time I'll say no. On this occasion though, I thought you'd like to see this one because they are marketing this to the same type of pilot who flies, well, one of these, a Cirrus. They basically told me you can get an aircraft for half the price of what you would pay for a Cirrus equivalent, and it comes with the Cirrus features that a lot of us pilots really like. A very good autopilot, and it also has the ballistic parachute recovery system. So that's why I'm flying the VL3 in this video, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. Also, as you can see, Echo Yankee Zulu is undergoing some fairly major maintenance at the moment. The big transformation is coming. More on that though in a future video.
And we can squawk 3000 as well for the Class D here in Australia. Good. Yep, then he knows we're in his zone. Okay, QNH 1023.
This is the J&B VL3.
Yeah, that's correct.
But this is a special version. This is the 915.
The most important point, we have 143 horsepower. The 912 has only 100. We have turbocharger and injection. The same specifications as a Cirrus, but half of the price and half of the fuel flow. You will see it's way more exciting, in my opinion, than a Cirrus.
You know I'm a Cirrus owner, right?
Yeah.
So I fly an SR22 for many years now, and I think they are a pretty exciting aircraft. But okay, if you think it's exciting, we'll put that to the test.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go flying.
Good. Yep. Taxi to holding point Delta 2, runway 17 right, we have called already. And when we come in for the landing, we call this tower or the other tower? This one. This is the same? This one, yes. Oh, okay. Yep.
9153, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 9153, runway 17 right. Positive rate, gear up, up. That was quick. We were up on the piano keys. And this is the normal climb rate. Wow, that's steep. 2000 feet a minute. No problem. Okay, after takeoff, 3 reds, gear up and locked, landing light off, and flaps up. It's beautiful over here. Look at that. It's pretty, isn't it? This is my home territory around here. It is beautiful. We're very, very lucky to have, you know, we've got everything here. We've got Class C controlled airspace, got a Class D airport, got instrument approaches that we can practice, and, like, what was that? Maybe 4 minutes, you're in almost uncontrolled airspace, basically. Amazing. Yeah. And we can switch to, do you want me to do it? 1357. Okay. Is the area frequency if you just want to have that. And we just monitor this one. Just monitor. Okay. No need to make a call. If you like to switch frequencies, you can also do like this with the touchscreen. It works like an iPhone. Yeah. The press on the part you want to use is super, super easy. This is the G3X, yeah? The Garmin G3X system. So it's a touchscreen system. Garmin or other brands, like like Avidyne or Dynon, I prefer Garmin. It's easy to work with, easy interface. It's really nice. Also here you see how much percent power setting we have. That's like the Sirius. So what do you generally cruise at for your power settings?
Specifications, Joran. Okay, so you know what speeds can this aircraft do? Give us some stats.
So if you cruise around 2,000, 3,000 feet, you can expect a 175 knots dust airspeed. The fuel burn will be around 35 liters an hour. If you go a bit higher, because we have a turbocharger, if you go above
Mallorca traffic easy 147 approaching runway 24 left. To full left, Bravo, okay. One. Palma de Mallorca traffic easy 147 on sharp final runway 24 left. down. Flaps 3. Flaps 4, landing no blue. My aircraft.
$500.
Tailwind.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10.
Manual brake. Normal Mallorca traffic, EZ147, runway 24 left, vacated. Zerknijmy w czartce, gdzie tu parkować. Dobra. Ground power unit chocks. External power on. Engine 2 off. Engine 1 off. Fuel pumps off. Battery off. Emergency exit light off. Seatbelts off. Beacon off. Nav off. Fuel supply off. Nav off. External power. Dobrze, to byłoby na tyle. Dzięki wielkie za oglądanie. Cześć.